Good evening, Bahamas. Coming up tonight, family members in shock after a South Bimini plane crash claims 2 lives. But first,
2 FNM members form a leadership team to run against the party's leader and deputy leader in the upcoming convention. Details straight ahead.
The opposition leader expresses confidence he will win at the FNM's convention. That story straight ahead.
Experts explain what's going on with the wacky weather we've been experiencing lately. Welcome to our news. I'm Christina McNeil. Thanks for joining us. Topping news tonight, Free National Movement Senator Dr. Dwayne Sands says that he and Long Island MP Loretta Butler Turner are prepared to take over leadership of the FNM as deputy leader and leader respectively. Party leader Dr. Hubert Minnis also shared his thoughts on the newly formed team. Simone Davis reports.
After running for deputy leader in the 2014 convention and losing to Peter Turnquest and Butler Turner losing to Minnis in the bid for party leader, Sands asserted that he is more confident in their positions this time around. Sands, who is the party's Elizabeth candidate and former deputy chairman, said Butler Turner brings certain strengths that he does not possess, and he foresees himself being an effective complement to that team.
I think that many have asked the question whether a different team, a different leadership team may bring a stronger dynamic. I believe that we will. I believe that we have a blending of skill sets that is different from the existing team, and that those strengths will complement each other. Certainly that is what we have heard from the general public.
However, since the general public does not vote in party conventions, the fate of this new leadership team is in the hands of the delegates of the FNM. Sands said some party members have already made their stance clear on the Butler and Sands leadership team.
Some of them already convinced, some of them are not convinced.
The FNM senator said if he and Butler Turner are successful, he believes Minnis and Turnquest have the talent and a commitment to the cause of the FNM. Sands added that the party's goal is to oust the governing party, and to do that most effectively, there should be a new leadership team put in place.
May the better team win.
Our news spoke with Loretta Butler Turner as she left Parliament this afternoon, but she declined to comment on the matter at this time. However, we did catch up with Dr. Hubert Minnis, who shared these thoughts on the new leadership team.
I believe in democracy. Once there's a convention, all positions are open. I believe in democracy. I have no doubt that I will go in as leader and I will come out as leader. I am not concerned about that. The Bahamian people know what I'm all about.
Reporting for our news, I'm Simone Davis.
Thanks, Simone. Well, Minnis also addressed his leadership of the FNM in the House of Assembly today. And as Dana Smith reports, he's already looking past it.
Minnis once again expressing confidence he will win at the FNM's convention, charging that the people are ready to rock with Doc.
On the heels of news that Butler Turner and Sands have teamed up to contest Minnis and Turnquest for leadership at next month's FNM convention, Minnis today once again charged he will enter the convention as leader and will emerge as leader.
The delegates, Mr. Speaker, the delegates will rock with Doc. The young people, Mr. Speaker, will rock with Doc. The family islands and the entire Bahamas will rock with Doc. My deputy will rock with Doc.
Minnis appeared unfazed by any potential challenge, adding that the more than 5,000 babies he delivered during his career as an OBGYN, who are now of voting age, will also rock with Doc.
I've delivered you safely into this world, and it's now time for you to deliver me on the FNM.
Last week, Minnis told our news team he will not only win the convention, he'll also take the FNM to victory at the next general election. He suggested as much again today, advising the nation will once again thrive under an FNM government. Minnis also touched on crime during his budget communication.
Minnis asserted that an F&M government would attack the long-simmering problem of crime and ensure the death penalty is carried out.
Minnis said violent crime and the fear of crime stalks our land, and last year's record-breaking murder count of 146 almost qualifies the Bahamas as an armed war zone. Already, he said, we've recorded 56 murders so far this year and could be on the way to meeting or surpassing last year's record.
We must, as hanging is on our books, we must hang these criminals. These murderous scumbags must be hung by the neck until dead. The murderous scumbags must be hung, as that is on our laws. Hang, hung, whatever, pop the neck.
Reporting for Our News, I'm Dana Smith.
In other news, a deadly small plane crash on Bimini claimed the lives of 2 men yesterday. The family of one of the victims is still in shock after learning the news. Pakisha Parker Edgecombe tells us more.
The remnants of a Cessna aircraft are all that is left. The 2 men on board, Grand Bahama-based pilot Terrence Gibson and airplane mechanic Anthony Smith, are both dead. The plane is reported to have crashed shortly after taking off from the airport in South Bimini shortly after 4 p.m. Sunday. The news of Gibson's death still a shock to family and friends.
Just see him 3 hours before he died. And so I just lost for words right now.
I saw him for the last time yesterday morning. You know, he prayed. I mean, that prayer was so touching. You know, he prayed for everyone.
According to Gibson's mother, Rachel Roll, and his aunt, Ethlyn Roll, he was a humble person who recently returned home from abroad and was working to rebuild his life.
6 months ago, he just come back. I was glad to see him, but within my heart, I still think something will go wrong. That's in my heart used to tell me. Something, enjoy him, because something can go wrong. I don't know why I'd feel like that. But now he's gone. I won't be able to see him again.
He was touching bases here, there, visiting people, very friendly, full of laughter, but something was missing. The world has not treated him well.
Only hours before leaving Grand Bahama for Bimini on Sunday, Gibson reportedly visited 3 churches, among them the Holmes Rock Chapel.
As usual, he always had a big smile. Yesterday, he embraced us with that same smile. As a matter of fact, I shook his hand maybe 2 hours before the crash and said to him that you're back here at the church because he had visited last week. And so he said, you know, I always have to come back to my roots, and Holmes Rock is my roots.
Now, while initial reports suggest that mechanical failure may have contributed to the crash, the exact cause is unknown at this time. Civil aviation authorities are said to be investigating the matter. Reporting from Grand Bahama for Our News, I'm Pakisha Edgecombe.
Thanks, Pakisha. Still to come, from waterspouts to tornadoes, weather experts weigh in on recent weather.
Can consumers expect more blackouts this summer? The answer to that question coming up on Our News.
Stay with us.